Good afternoon and welcome back to the shop. Let's talk a little bit about this thing. I hinted at it at the last video. So this is my self-converted CNC lathe mill, mainly a mill. And it used to do a pretty good job. It's done some pretty amazing stuff over the years. But it's been packed away for a couple of years, and then I shipped it in a container on an airline. And, well, I think that's good enough excuse for an upgrade, or an update. So I have tubing for air and coolant and everything and all the fittings, and it's even wired for it with a solenoid and a tank, but I never hooked it up. So we're going to do that, but we're going to do a bunch of other things too. There was a crack in the touchscreen and it's broken in the corner, but it works. So I think I'm going to stick with that for now. I usually run this thing over VNC anyway. I don't think any of these buttons work. Nothing's working right now. If I try and do a homing operation, it will error out eventually. Maybe. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So homing failed, so it's not doing anything. There's a lot going on in there that needs to probably be tweaked. So we're gonna look at that and do each individual thing we can. Hopefully not blowing it up. I do have a spare Protoneer board, but it's the version before, or a couple of versions ago probably. So I'm considering replacing that board right there, which is the one that holds the drivers and does all the talking. So it's only 3.5 axes. I think the new one is 5, which will give me a little more flexibility for some other things. Anyway, so this needs a lot of work in here. The wire needs to be updated. All the limit switches are pretty much blown. So we need to do a little better job with those. Hook that up. What else? I don't know yet. If you guys got any suggestions, let me know. I got plenty to work with here. I would love to put servo, well, maybe not servos, but I'd love to put steppers in here with encoders. I think they call them servos. I'm not real sure. I don't remember. Anyway, I bought a couple last year, software, hardware. I wasn't quite ready for prime time. So maybe I'll revisit that and see if I can get my hands on stepper servos. Stepper servos? That might be the right term. At any rate, they're positive feedback, so they're a closed loop stepper. So if you send 15 steps to this stepper, or 15,000 steps to this stepper, it will count them as it does them, and if it misses one, it will make up for it. So that would be a cool feature. I've always thought a DRO would be way more useful on this machine than CNC. So if I could get these encoding stepper motors and get them to work, I would be hoping to have a DRO in addition to the CNC control. That would be really cool. So anyway, you guys might want to stand by, because this one's, we're rushing up on the start of this project. I'm starting to make my list of things to order and things to do, so we're starting on that, and we'll see how it all turns out. Stay tuned.